Greetings, YouTubers! Just when you thought it was safe and you thought I'd disappeared forever, you've got Big Jim again. London Taxi International 2003. On a 186,000 miles on the clock and counting. TX2 model. But not today, not in my TX2 today. Do you know what? I've forgotten all my patter. It's been that long, guys and gals, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Very good afternoon to you. Wow, what's happened? Let's just a quick one on the TX. At the moment, the TX is parked on my space, and what I've done is, because as you know, it's the second car of mine now, and I'm not getting out and about and driving it, and road tax on that is costing, I think it's about 30 quid a month for the road tax on that, and it had just been sitting there not going anywhere because we can't drive out, and we'll get onto that in a minute. It was sitting there, and also the insurance as well. And I'm thinking to myself, I'd heard that this was going to continue on. As you know, I work within education, so looking at the education side, looking at people that are obviously not at school or colleges at the moment, and we got wind of that this could drag on for quite some time. I thought to myself, right, I'll be diligent. And what I'll do is I've actually put the cab on a sawn at the moment. The insurance, I've actually my insurance policy, I can actually stop it, which is pretty good really. Rather than just sort of, you know, let it run out, I can actually stop my insurance. Excuse the vibration there. I'm actually holding onto this on the steering wheel because my mount is still in the TX2. So I've basically frozen the insurance, and also I've declared sawn because of the road tax. Now she's all polished up and she's all ready to go. There's nothing matter with her whatsoever. I just haven't driven her. I've still been, funny enough, going into work up until a couple of weeks ago, because we needed to move some vehicles around for children that are in a vulnerable condition, that we still had to move around. So even though the lockdown was on, we got dispensation to be able to drive around still to and from work, and hence I've been driving the fart box. What can I tell you about the fart box? Do you know what? I thought about having a sister channel, one being the TX when we're all back to some normality, and the other one being the fart box, i.e. the little Mercedes 2-seater wonder car that doesn't make me smile really. It just sort of, it can be quite embarrassing actually to watch a big guy like me, 6'1", and that's not width, that's height, okay? 6'1" and stretched over in this car. But believe me, there's more room in this than there is in the TX for a driver. My feet can actually stretch out in this. There's loads of room, there's more boot space, but it's not as good, it's not as nice, and not as fun to drive. Well, it is fun to drive. You fill every pothole, and you know what I'm like about potholes. But I mean, it's what it is. It's what it is. But you know, 100 miles. Listen to this. We know that fuel at the moment is very cheap, but I'm getting 100 miles for £10 in this. Now that's worth the embarrassment. Yeah, that's worth it, you know. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Someone said to me the other day when they saw me getting out of this car, what was it? It was like, I've got to put this in a way that's not going to get me flipping reported. Seeing you get out that car was looking like a big silverback gorilla getting his appendage out of a tennis ball. Appendage. That's what he said it looked like. But, you know, it goes forever. It's a reliable thing. Touch wood, touch Formica. It's never let me down. But you didn't join this channel to let me talk about a smart car, did you? So I will not talk about the smart car. The TX will be back on the road just as soon as the sun comes out and we're allowed to come out again. It's hard, gang. It really is hard at the moment. You know that I'm always out and about and I'm always videoing, and I've been quite prolific in all my videos talking about how fun the TX is, and I just can't do it now. I just cannot do it. We're not allowed to do it now, you know. I've come out now to the shops to get some essential supplies. Beer. The odd beer. To get some, and I'm sitting in the car park now, which I'm allowed to do, to my shop. And I'm going to go out and do some shopping in a minute. Look, you don't need me to tell you, you know, how bad it is out there. Everybody's got their own stories. I will be back. In the words of Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. And you'll listen to my low dulcet tones and beautiful rounded smiling face once again. It's just that at the moment, there is no point in having two cars out on the road when I can't even really drive one properly. You know, even travelling between depots, between Horsham and, you know, towards Worthing, is just, you know, I've got to make sure that I've got my staff pass with me at all times, that, you know, if I do get a pull, I can say that, you know, I'm allowed to be out on the road. It's an awful feeling. Social distancing, everybody, you know, 2 meters apart. I'm watching them now, the queue as it goes round the corner now. There's no panic in any of the stores now. There's plenty of stock. But there's this almost, you're embarrassed to get a little bit close to one another. You know, I mean, we've always been pretty good with social distancing, haven't we? We don't like people within sort of 1 to 2 feet of us, but this 2 meters. And the trouble is, when you're actually shopping round in stores, I don't know if you've found it, they're keeping it, there's lines here in the road now where we're all got to do 2 meters apart. Little line in the middle of the road, 2 meters, another line, 2 meters. The aisles aren't 2 meters apart. So you've got stuff up on both aisles, someone stops in the middle of it, and then there's this almost etiquette where everyone's all standing behind, and there's almost a roadblock where you can't get through. It's strange. It's just, and everyone looks at everybody like you've got the plague. You know, this, oh God, shouldn't that person, oh, should I look at that, oh dear, oh dear. It's going to take a long time, gang, to get back to some normality. But when we do, you've got the big guy, Big Jim, London Taxi International 2003 TX2 with 186,000 miles and counting, but not at the moment, on the clock, okay? And I got that offer eventually. Look, I miss you all loads. I really do. I miss the normality of life. I miss being able to interact with you. I miss your comments down there. I do miss you all. But the trouble is, at the moment, I'm on lockdown, and all you'll see is a picture of me sitting at home, reading, listening to music, doing very little, and working from home on my computer, which I cannot stand, believe me. It drives me mad. So that's the story at the moment. It's a watch this space, gang. Please leave your comments below, all of you. Look, I just wish you all health and wealth, and forget the wealth at the moment. I do wish you all good health. And it is a stay-at-home lockdown. You know, we will beat this. And I'll tell you what, 99.9% of all of us are doing what we should be doing. Social media, again, social media. I've got this thing about social media. You know, it always promotes the worst. You know, pictures of people having street parties, people being out doing when they shouldn't be out, fires people up, you know. Before all this social media stuff, this flu probably wouldn't have been up where it is at the moment, but rightly so. It should be, because there's a lot of people that have lost their lives, you know, and will continue to lose their lives. We've just all got to play our part in this, gang. You know, we've all just got to play our little part in it. And you know, and I've been really good since everything has all shut down. I have, you know, social isolated beyond anything I've ever had to put up with in all my 60 plus years. 60, but look at me, eh? 60 plus years of life. I've never had to put up with anything like this before. Yeah, it shocks me every day. We all need to get back to some normality for our own conscious, for the mind to be active, to be able to interact with people. Doing it on a square screen doesn't do it for me, apart from you and I, obviously, but it doesn't work. You know, business needs to start again. And you know what, I'm sitting outside Tesco's at the moment. I don't give a toss for these, honestly. These multi-big conglomerates, they've been caning it and killing us for years, getting as much as they can out of you, and I don't care for them. They're not my concern. It's the little man. The little man in all the towns around Worthing, the little towns around Durrington, Littlehampton, up and down the country. The little one man, a woman, a wife, someone opening up a micro bar, someone opening up a little shop, you know, someone that owns a little shop. The little man that's been forced to shut down through no fault of his own, and lives from hand to mouth. And that's the person that I really, and remember, I'm just using the term man, woman, you know, they're the people that I really feel sorry for. But we need to get industry back, but equally so, we need to be safe as well. So it's up to the politicians to get this, and the health organisation to get this balance just right. It'd be interesting to see how Sweden goes, because they're the litmus test paper. They're the control in all this. They've basically been told to carry on and do what they want. Now that's going to either be the greatest economic decision for them, or in a medical side and in life, it could be one of the worst decisions that they've ever made. They are the litmus paper in this, and I'm following that with a keen eye, a very keen eye at the moment. But look, gang, I won't keep this going. I'm still here. Hopefully you're all there and you're all happy as well, as much as you can. Look, I miss you all loads. I miss all of you loads. I miss talking and communicating to you on at least bi-daily basis. The sun is out, but there's nowhere to go, and that's what's really difficult. So I will be back. The LTI TX2 will be back on the road as well, and she'll go through another polish up, and she'll be back on the road, and you'll be riding in the back of the cab. I'd like to take you in the back of this, but there's no room for you in here. So you'll be in the back of the cab again, and we'll be going on an adventures together, okay? So, okay, guys, from Big Jim, London Taxi International, driving the fart box at the moment. I will be back. Keep yourself safe, and God willing, your God, my God willing, or whatever you believe, we'll come out this at the other side. Leave your comments below. Really nice catching up with you, and I'll be back soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Ciao, ciao. Bye.